Hello, folks, and welcome back to Roberto Hernandez Stadium here in Aiken, South Carolina, where the USC Aiken Pacers look for the series sweep against the Shepherd Rams in Game 3 of the three-game set. On the mound today for the Pacers is Jimmy Lynch. Once again, Jimmy Lynch on the mound making his second start for USC Aiken.
Lynch had a nice start last weekend. He suffered a little bit in the first inning, gave up 3 runs, but after that it was pretty much smooth sailing for Lynch up until he was pulled, I believe, in the 5th inning.
It was a long game, went into extra innings, 11th inning, where the Pacers won it in walk-off fashion.
Yeah, it was a 5-hour and 10-minute game last Sunday. We made a joke last weekend that we lasted as long as the big game's pregame did.
Yeah, it did. It was a long, long game. In the field for the USC Aiken Pacers today, Charlie Padilla will be catching for Jimmy Lynch. Brian Pereira over at first, Skylar Mercado the second baseman, Tyler Ammerman at short, and Dalton Weeks will finish off in third base on the infield. And in the outfield, left fielder Mitchell Price, Jose Bonilla still starting at center, and Niall Goings will get the nod today in right field. And for Jordan Phillips, I'm Marcus Johnson. Thank you for joining our broadcast here on this lovely February afternoon.
Yeah, nice weather outside, a little bit cloudy, a little overcast, but otherwise it's a beautiful day outside. A little bit of a breeze coming in from left field, blowing in across right.
The Old Glory's been staying unfurled for the past 10 minutes now.
Yeah, it's a nice little breeze out there. The trees are swaying, the flag is blowing. Should be interesting to see how that wind comes into play today.
And we're about ready to get started. Jacob Carney will lead things off for the Rams, followed by J.J. Sardi. And then in the hole, Ron Farley. Batting cleanup, Daniel Helene, the DH. Tyler Thomas will bat 5th, followed by Mike Brown in the 6th spot. Chase Hoffman will bat 7th, followed by Tyler Piccolo. And then finally, Max Maxson will be the number 9 hitter for today. And Lynch deals the first pitch, which is in there for a call strike, and we are underway. The 0-1. Missing inside, 1-1. That one misses inside as well, 2-1.
Well, Lynch has his velocity on so far. Just not hitting his spots, but that fastball is coming in quick.
The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Got him with that fastball, and the count 2-2.
Yeah, Lynch bringing the heat so far in this at-bat.
That's a hopper to Weeks over at third. Throw to first is there for the first out.
The center fielder, number 2, J.J. Sardi.
That'll bring up J.J. Sardi with one down here in the first. And the first pitch from Lynch, just a bit low for ball 1. In the dirt, 2-0. Just catching the outside corner, count 2-1.
Nice pitch there. Just brushed the corner on the outside of the plate there.
And the 2-1. The bat went flying out of Sardi's hands, but it's a swing and a miss. Nonetheless, count even at 2-2.
I need to get that man a little bit of pine tar.
Just a little bit of it. Maybe a little super glue as well.
Goodness, that thing flew out of his hands. Landed almost to the same length as the third base bag over there.
Had that been the ball, it would have been a nice hit. Had it gone fair, however. Sardi digs back in. Waits the 2-2 pitch. That's going to be a liner into right field. That'll be a base hit.
I went just over Mercado's head. Goings playing too deep to make a play on that one.
So the Rams put their first runner aboard, and Ron Farley comes to the plate.
Farley having a nice season so far, hitting .300. He's 6 for 20.
So a good start to the season for Farley, as he's working with 1 on and 1 out. Lynch to check the runner at first. Now he deals as the runner goes. Padilla up, throws the ball to second. It's off to the side, and not in time. A stolen base for J.J. Sardi. He's picking up right where he left off yesterday.
Yeah, not a good throw from Padilla that time. He short-hopped it and threw it to the wrong side of the plate. It's not a good shot by Padilla.
Sardi had 3 stolen bases yesterday. Was caught once in a rundown. And as he tried to dive back to second base, he overslid the bag. And the Pacers, I believe, it was either Ammerman or Mercado kept the tag applied to him. With the 1-0. Grounder to third. Weeks picks it up, keeps the runner where he is at second. Long throw to first there for the second out.
Nice throw by Weeks. That was a long throw all the way from third, but he got it in there plenty of time.
That brings up the DH, Daniel Helene. Struggled a bit at the plate yesterday. He's got a runner on second right now with 2 down. So his base hit will likely score Sardi. First pitch just outside for ball 1. And the 1-0. Swing and a miss.
Big swing that time.
Got him with some movement there, and the count even at 1-1.
Yeah, he was swinging for the fences on that one.
Grounder to Weeks, who makes another diving stop. Throw to first in time. So all 3 outs come from Weeks to Pereira as the Pacers manage to strand 1 as we go into the bottom of the first inning, still 0-0. And we're ready to start up the bottom of the first inning. No score as of yet, as Pacers will take their swings with Jose Bonilla leading things off. He'll be followed by Dalton Weeks batting second, and Mitchell Price in the hole batting third. Zach Moon, the DH today, bats cleanup, followed by Brian Pereira batting fifth. Now Going starting up, bats sixth. Tyler Ammerman, the seventh man. Charlie Padilla bats eighth, and Skyler Mercado, the number 9 hitter. First pitch just a bit high for ball one. John Bentley gets the nod to start today for the Rams as he pitches inside to make the count 2-0 to Bonilla. Catching for the Rams lefty is Tyler Thomas. Over at first base we have Mike Brown. Second baseman is Jacob Carney. The shortstop today is Mr. Tyler Piccolo. And the third baseman to finish off the infield is Chase Hoffman. In the outfield, right fielder Max Maxson gets the start. Over in left field, we have Ron Farley, and the center fielder, J.J. Sardi.
John Bentley, one of the better pitchers for this Shepherd Rams team. And with a 2.25 ERA, he's 1-0. He started one game, and he's won one game.
And Bonilla grounds the 2-1 pitch to third. Hoffman throws it, draws the first baseman off the bag, but Brown applies the tag, showing a little bit of acrobatics in midair to get the out.
That was a nice athletic play by Brown on that one.
And Dalton Weeks comes to bat now with one down. First pitch to Weeks is in there for strike one. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Swing and a foul tip. And the count 0-2. Just a bit low. Weeks lays off of it, and the count 1-2. Outside, evens the count up. And the 2-2 from Bentley. Just catching a piece of it is Weeks, and he'll stay alive. Two comes inside, and Weeks has managed to work a full count.
Showing some good discipline here after those first two strikes. Let's see how they pitch him here with a full count.
Inside corner, Weeks thought it was ball 4, but it's strike 3 instead. And Weeks down looking for the second out.
Left fielder number 1, Mitchell Price.
So Mitchell Price comes up to bat now with 2 down and nobody on. First pitch just a bit outside for ball 1. Price fouls that one off, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Price takes a hack at it. Misses. And the count 1-2.
Yeah, it was a big swing there from Price.
Just a bit low. Price gambling with that one.
Yeah,
and the count
for sure.
2-2.
Yeah, he definitely took a chance laying off of that one.
Fouls that one back and out of play. And it'll keep the count at 2-2. Grounded to Hoffman at third. Long throw to first in time for the third out. So the Pacers go down in order as we go into the second inning. And we'll be right back with some more Pacer baseball presented by Willie Jewell's Barbecue. And welcome to the top of the second inning. No score yet as the Rams get set to lead things off. Tyler Thomas will lead it off.
He's got the highest average on the team with 400. He's 6 for 15 so far this season.
And that's going to be lined into right field. That'll drop him for a base hit and go all the way to the corner. Thomas rounds first, heading for second. Goings picks it up and throws it on in, and it'll be a leadoff double for Tyler Thomas.
And his successful season continues. And that was a first pitch leadoff double. Not a bad effort for Thomas there.
And now Mike Brown comes up with a runner on second and nobody out. And a chance to take an early lead here in the second.
Things not quite so successful for Mike Brown. He's hitting 158 this season, 3 for 19.
So Brown looking to get out of a bit of a slump here, playing excellent defensively for this Rams team.
Absolutely. He had that nice jumping tag on Bonilla there to start the first inning.
And the 1-0, swing and a miss, evens the count up. And the 1-1. Grounder to short. Airman checks the runner at third. Doesn't have a play. Throws it to first for the first out.
The third baseman, number 23.
So Thomas advances to third on the ground out by Brown. And that will bring up the third baseman, Chase Hoffman. That one will be a foul ball. Bounced off of Hoffman's foot.
And I'm sure that tickled.
Only slightly. Sure, if you ask him, he'll say it did. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Chasing one a bit outside. Count of 1-2.
Big swing there from Hoffman.
And the 0-2. Low and away, trying to get him to chase again. However, Hoffman lays off.
Hoffman's a big guy, 6'3", 230. I'm sure if he gets a hold of one, he can probably launch it.
And he'll ground this one foul. Count stays right where it is at 1-2. If Lynch can get Hoffman out here without putting the ball in play, or at least putting it into shallow play, if you might be able to say.
Well, we saw Mitchell Price make a nice play in left on Friday.
And a swing and a miss, doesn't matter, so Hoffman goes down on strikes.
And that'll take away that sack fly for
The shortstop, number 17, Tyler Piccolo.
And Tyler Piccolo comes to bat now.
Thomas on third. There we go.
Piccolo checks his swing. They'll say he went around, however, as the ball got away from Padilla, but no harm on it. Count 0-1.
That's a good thing for Jimmy Lynch.
The 0-1. Lined to second and caught by Mercado for the third out. So the Pacers put the leadoff man aboard with a double, and they sit him down 1-2-3 as we go into the bottom of the second inning. Still no score. And we're into the bottom of the second inning. Still 0-0 here as Zach Moon, the All-American for this Pacer team, digs in. Has had a few good games. He started off the season pretty slow, but now he seems to be working himself into a rhythm. And the first pitch just a bit high for ball one. A little bit outside. Moon wanted to go for it, and good thing he didn't. And the count 2-0.
Yeah, it's a good thing Moon didn't go there. He's going to have to work on his plate discipline this season. He's already got 8 strikeouts. We're only, 7 games in.
Inside corner. And the count 2-1.
He has a tendency to be a little bit feast or famine at times. He wants to go for that big hit always, you know. One thing guys like Moon got to learn, you know, sometimes there's not a problem with dropping a single in behind the shortstop.
And the count 3-1 as that one misses low. Yeah, Moon, like you said earlier on, was struggling in the first series of this game, but after that road trip where he got his first home run, he seems to have settled into a good rhythm here. Has managed to be pretty productive at the plate as he lines that one foul.
Yeah, he had that home run on Friday. Had a pretty good game yesterday, I believe.
If he got a couple of RBIs, as soon as we pull up the stats from yesterday, we can tell you exactly what he got.
And he had that big double off the fence on Friday as well.
And Moon with an RBI yesterday, a couple of walks and a single. Again, 1 for 3, and he draws a walk here to lead things off.
Nice discipline by Moon in that at-bat. That's a good sign. That's good to see if you're the Pacer fans.
First baseman number 32, Brian Pereira.
I'll bring up Brian Pereira now with 1 on and nobody out. It's a nice 1-2 punch the Pacers have here with Moon and Pereira, both hitters that can send it out if they get a hold of one.
Yeah, the Pacers have a nice little 3, 4, 5, and 6 today. I mean, they got Goings in the 6. He can hit pretty well too. He can launch one over the fence if you let him. Even Ammerman's capable of launching a couple here and there.
Yeah, he got one yesterday. 1 for 5, I believe. 1 for 4, 1 for 5. And a 2-0 count to Brian Pereira. Ammerman was 1 for 5. The solo shot home run with 3 strikeouts. 2-0 misses outside. Count 3-0 to Pereira.
Yeah, there's one thing you can guarantee with this Pacer lineup is that it has a potent offense. I mean, you've got hitters in every single position that can hurt you in one way or the other.
The Pacers seem to focus a lot more on offense than the other aspects of the game, as that one finds the strike zone to Pereira, making it 3-1. Their defense isn't bad. I mean, it's a good, solid defense, but they definitely tend to favor their bats more than anything else.
Yeah, the Pacer defense is a solid defense. You've got guys like Pereira and Bonilla, really solid defenders out there in the field.
Low and away, and Brian Pereira draws the second walk of the inning.
But I can't imagine how frustrating it must be for the Pacers to, score, sometimes 8 and 9 runs and still not win the game. They have yet to suffer that this season, which is good, and hopefully that continues. But I know they had a few games last year where they would score, 9 runs and still lose, and that's absolutely devastating to an offense.
And a lot of those, it wasn't good hitting. It was just mistakes in the field, and just costly errors that just added up as the time went on and really came back to bite them. Now Goings digs in, takes a first pitch strike. Goings hasn't had too many appearances this season, but he's made him count when he's in.
He's had a couple of nice pinch hit appearances for the Pacers.
The 0-1. This is low, evens the count.
Comes in with a 500 average, but he's only 1 for 2. So,
like I said, not too many appearances, but he made it count.
A little bit of a misleading statistic there.
So Goings looking to add a little more to his stat sheet. He has a 1-1 count, and he swings and misses at that one, just a little outside, and the count 1-2.
That was a big hag from Goings that time.
Goings steps out to adjust his gloves as we await the 1-2 pitch. Serious stealing threats on the bags right now for the Pacers with Zach Moon and Brian Pereira.
Oh yeah, the lightning quick duo of Pereira and Moon.
Although Moon dancing around a bit, really leading off of second base.
Well, he's looking to match that massive total of stolen bases he had from 2015, all 4 of them.
Career high and career total, actually.
Career high, career total. Has not had a stolen base since 2015.
2-2 to Goings, grounds it through the first base side for a base hit. And they're going to hold the speedster Moon at third base, and it'll be bases loaded for the Pacers with nobody out.
The speedster.
I'm sorry, Zach Moon. When you listen to this game, please don't hate me.
I was about to say, maybe we should stop talking bad about him. That's a big guy.
No, we're not talking bad about it. We're just saying he's a big guy. He's got some strength, but base running.
Base running not his strong suit. But who needs base running when you can hit it a country mile the way Zach Moon can?
Yeah, that's true. When you hit it over the fence, you can basically, okay, I'm going to get slapped for this one, but moonwalk around the bags. Not intending for a pun, but that's just going back to my days of playing ball. They say I'm not a fast runner, but if you hit it over the fence, you can just moonwalk around the bags for all I care.
Oh gosh.
1-0 count now to Tyler Ammerman. Ammerman, like we said, had a home run yesterday, and even though he was 1 for 5, that home run was a momentum shifter in the game. As he pops this one up, shallow right field, and
That's fair.
it's going to be
He dropped it.
dropped. They'll throw into second to get Niall Goings, but it will score 1 run, and the Pacers finally take the lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Couldn't see with that post right in my way. That big metal pole you see on your feed just blocked my view.
Well, that's a good thing there are 2 of us, right, partner?
That's true.
It's good
4
to be.
eyes are better than 2.
Yeah, it's good to be back in the booth with you again after broadcasting softball yesterday. Had a good time over there. They swept their doubleheader against Limestone, but it's always nice to be back with my original broadcasting partner.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. So an RBI single for Tyler Ammerman will bring up Charlie Padilla. And he lines one over the head of Hoffman in third. That's going to roll to the corner. That will be 1 run. And they are going to wave the runner around third. Ammerman heading in for home. The relay is not picked up by Piccolo, and it is a 2-run double for Charlie Padilla.
That was a beautiful hit right over to the third base side. That one rolled all the way to the wall. I don't think you could, barring a home run, you can't really ask for much better than that from Charlie Padilla.
The second baseman, number 11.
So even though Connor Durden's playing hot, Charlie Padilla answers with his own double. Durden, as we said, not playing today. Padilla got the start at catcher, but he's certainly not missing a step at all.
Oh no, certainly not.
Skylar Mercado digs in now with 1 on and 1 out as the Pacers lead at 3-0 here in the bottom of the second inning, and bunts it into the air to first. That'll be caught by Brown. A bad bunt by Mercado. Could have been worse, but Charlie Padilla wisens up and heads back to second.
Center fielder, number 4, Jose Bonilla.
And that brings up Jose Bonilla, top of the order for the Pacers. Bonilla grounded out his first time up. And the first pitch is a strike to Bonilla. The 0-1. Also there for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch, just inside. Ball gets away from Thomas, but no movement there from Padilla.
Like you thought about it there for a little while, but coming back to second, probably the wise choice is that roll to the third base side anyway.
So 1-2 count now. And Bonilla grounds it to Piccolo over at short. Go to first is good for the third and final out, but the Pacers strike first as they score 3 runs here in the bottom of the second inning and only leave 1 stranded as we go into the top of the third, 3-0. And the top of the third, about ready to start up. Pacers leading 3-0 over the Shepherd Rams. And leading things off here in the third, Max Maxson. Maxson getting his first start of the series. And the first pitch is low and away for ball one. That pitch in the inside corner for strike one. Swing and a miss, and the count 1-2. Tried to check his swing. I don't know if he did, but it was a strike three call anyway for the first out.
The second baseman, number 29, Jacob Carney.
That'll bring us back to the top of the order with Jacob Carney, who grounded out to third back in the first. That curveball falls into the strike zone for strike one. Missing inside. Count even at 1-1. The 1-1. Fouled off. Count 1-2. And the 1-2. Just misses low, evens the count up. The 2-2 pitch. Grounder. Over to short. Picked up by Ammerman. Long throw to first is straight as a string and good for the second out.
What a beautiful play by Tyler Ammerman that time. I mean, that was an awesome pickup out of the dirt there, and then throwing it all the way over to first from basically shallow left field and getting it in time. That was awesome effort by Ammerman on that play.
So 2 down and nobody on as J.J. Sardi comes to bat. Singled his first time up and stole a base. And the first pitch is in the dirt for ball one. The 1-0. Low and away for ball two. And the 2-0 popped up into right center field, and Bonilla makes the catch for the third out. The Pacers sit them down in order and hold on to their 3-0 lead as we go into the bottom of the third inning. And we enter the bottom of the third inning. Pacers lead the Rams 3-0. Dalton Weeks will lead things off for USC Aiken. And he grounds one to short to start things off, and it through the legs of Piccolo. And that'll be an error on the Rams shortstop to start things off.
Yeah, just a little bit of bad luck there from Piccolo. He had his glove in position. I'm not sure exactly what happened on that play, but it just rolled right through. Must not have got his glove on the ground in time.
I'll bring up Mitchell Price. Price grounded out his first time up. So runner on first base, nobody out early on here in the third. First pitch misses low for ball one. The 1-0. Price checked his swing, but the appeal will say he went around, so the count even at 1-1. The 1-1. Foul back, count 1-2. And the 1-2 popped up behind the plate. Thomas goes back for it, but it'll hit the roof of the stadium and out of play.
A couple of the Shepherd fans not familiar with the stadium had their heads up waiting for it to roll down on them.
And they don't have to worry about that too much here. Only spot you really have to worry about getting hit with a foul ball is in the picnic area over along the first base side. The 1-2. Low and away. Price lays off of it. Count 2-2.
Good job laying off that pitch by Price. That was a good breaking ball.
And Price lines one into center field. Sardi going back for it and making the catch for the first out.
The designated hitter, number 14, Zach Moon.
That brings up Zach Moon. Moon walked and came around to score his first time up. So Moon digs in with one on and one out here in the third. Pitch inside. And Dalton Weeks thought about going for it, but it was scooped up by Thomas, who almost played it off like he lost it.
Yeah, that would have been tragic if Weeks had decided to go there. Thomas sold that one really well. Weeks almost bought it, but he saw it the last second and got back just in time.
And Moon hits one into center field. Going back for it is Sardi. He's still going back. He's looking, and it is gone! A two-run home run for Zach Moon, and the Pacers lead it 5-0.
And he hit that one a country mile. That one was straight to dead center. He knocked the laces off of that one. Excellent hit by Zach Moon. And there you see what happens when he waits for that pitch that he wants and he does get contact on it. He can absolutely drive that thing, and he knocked it into the woods out there in dead center.
Yeah, dead center field. Zach Moon showing his power, and like we said earlier on, he's hitting his stride, and there's an example of it. Now, Brian Pereira has a tough act to follow, but he's no stranger to the home run himself as he digs in with nobody on and one out. And he lines one into center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Not quite the same result as Moon, but it's an effective one.
And just to give you a little bit of an idea, the dimensions here at Roberto Hernandez Stadium is 400 feet to dead center, so that's about the same amount as it would be in a major league park.
And he probably hit that a good 410 feet at minimum.
Yeah, he got all of that one.
So Brian Pereira on after the single with 1 out, and Niall Goings up. And I'll watch the first pitch go by for ball 1. Goings singled his first time up, making him 2 for 3 on the year. Still got to have a few more at-bats before we can get a good indication of what his average is, as he fouls that thing off. And the count 1-1. There's the 1-1 pitch. And he hits a high fly ball into left field. It's going. It is off the wall. Goings heads into second, and stopping at third is Brian Pereira. It'll be a double for Niall Goings.
And on any other day, that would have been a home run. That strong wind blowing in from left field is what kept that out, I believe. But he knocked that one a good ways too, knocking it off the center field or the left field wall. Excuse me. I thought that one was going to go over, but just barely keeping it in the ballpark was the wind coming in from left field.
Wind playing a bit of a factor here now after that hit.
Yeah, it's blowing really good out there. You can really see it in the flag and in the trees back there.
So Tyler Ammerman comes up now. An RBI single and a run scored his first time up, and he's got runners on second and third and a chance to do more damage with only 1 out. And the first pitch misses low for ball 1. A 1-0. Swing and a miss.
Hammerman swinging like he wanted to get in on the party.
There have been a few hard shots today. And Ammerman doesn't want to be left out, although he did get one yesterday, so you can't really say he's being left out. There's a 1-1 count now with only 1 down. In the dirt, 2-1. And he rips one into left field for a base hit. That'll score 1 run, and they'll hold Goings at third. An RBI single for Tyler Ammerman.
And the Pacers offense continuing to roll here, picking them right where they left off in the second inning. That's 6-0 now in favor of the Pacers.
That brings up Charlie Padilla. An RBI double, which scored 2 back in the second inning on his first at-bat. And he has a chance to add to it with runners on the corners and 1 out as we have a meeting on the mound. And the meeting on the mound concludes. Runners on the corners for the Pacers here in the bottom of the third inning. 3 runs have already scored as they lead 6-0 over the Shepherd Rams.
And with Goings on third and only 1 out, Padilla, the sac fly is in play here, so we'll see how he approaches this at-bat.
But he already with an RBI double. That's going to be ripped foul down the third base side.
And just barely foul it was.
The 0-1 as the runner goes. And Thomas will just hold on to the ball, so it will be a stolen base for Ty Ammerman.
It's Ammerman's first stolen base on the year.
That pitch misses outside, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on second and third for Charlie Padilla. Also missing outside, 3-1. And the 3-1. That one also missing, and Padilla draws the walk.
So now Mercado will come up with the bases loaded.
The second baseman, number 11, Skyler Mercado.
Mercado flew out his first time on a bunt that just stayed in the air. Now he's got the bases loaded with only one man down. And the first pitch finding the corner of the plate for strike one. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Mercado chasing one low and outside for strike two.
Mercado tried to fish that one out of the dirt, but nothing going there.
And the 0-2, also in the strike zone, and Mercado goes down looking for the second out.
Ugh. Gotta want that one back if you're Skyler Mercado. Took two of those strikes looking, and that big swing at the one in the dirt was not a good at-bat for Mercado. He'll definitely want to get that one back his next time up.
That brings us to the top of the order. All 9 Pacers have come to the plate as Jose Bonilla digs in 0 for 2 today. First pitch missing outside for ball 1.
And Bonilla coming into this game had a 480 average. He's 12 for 25, so he's doing a really solid job this season.
The 1-0, swing and a miss. Bonilla going for one outside the zone, and the count 1-1.
Yeah, Bonilla's career as a Pacer has gotten off to a hot start. He's doing really well so far at the start of this year.
That's the reason he's at the top of the order, as the 1-1 comes in just a bit low. And the count 2-1.
Yeah, he's only one of 2 Pacers with a stolen base this season. He's got 4 on the year.
Yeah, Tyler Emmerman just got one earlier on in this inning.
Yeah, so that'll make him one of 3 weeks. The other Pacer with a stolen base, only 1 to his credit.
That one is in the air and it's drifting foul and out of play. So the count even at 2-2.
Bonilla's showing a little pop on that foul ball, though.
That is a little too ahead of it. And the 2-2 pitch. In the air into right field, and a diving catch just in and out of his glove. That'll be a base hit, and he's still down out there, so they'll bring the ball in. 2 runs will score, and it will be an RBI triple for Jose Bonilla. And they're going to go on out there and check on Maxson. But we're going to take a break. Pacers score a few more here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So Max Maxon walks off the field, and Brenton Doyle will take over his position out in right field. After the RBI triple from Jose Bonilla, Maxon dove, laid himself out trying to make that catch. However, just in and out of his glove or just off the tip of it. Either way, 3-run score. Bonilla on third. And Dalton Weeks, the man who got it all started by reaching on an error, comes back to the plate.
Good to see Doyle, good to see Maxon getting up and getting off on his own power, though. That's awesome to see.
So now 9-0 your score here in the bottom of the third inning with 1 on and 2 outs. As the first pitch, 2 Weeks is inside for ball 1. And he lines one right to short. And that'll be caught by Piccolo for the third and final out. But the Pacers score 6 here in the bottom of the third inning to lead it 9-0 as we go to the top of the fourth. And we enter the top of the fourth inning. Pacers leading the Shepherd Rams 9-0 after a 6-run bottom of the third. Ron Farley will lead it off for the Rams. 0 for 1 today as he grounded out his first time up. Swing and a miss on the first pitch for strike 1.
And Lynch with a nice, comfortable lead here. We'll see if that changes his approach to these batters at all, but so far he's been doing great.
Inside part of the plate for strike 2.
Even without the 9 runs his offense has provided to him, he's looked solid this entire game.
Only 2 hits given up so far. He's working an 0-2 count to Ron Farley. That'll change here as that's going to drop into right field for a base hit.
Now we've seen a couple of those little bloopers just over Mercado's head in that weird little area where it's too far back for Mercado and too far in for Goings. It's 2 so far that we've seen.
2 of the 3 hits have done that. And now coming to the plate, Daniel Helene, the DH for today's game. First pitch just missing for ball 1. So 1 on and nobody out for the Rams. And the 1-0 comes back into the strike zone, evens the count up. And the 1-1. Fly ball, deep left field, and Price is just going to watch that one as that one is gone. A 2-run home run for Daniel Helene, and the Rams are on the board. It's still 9-2.
Yeah, Helene got all that one, launching it over the left field wall. That was a pretty well hit ball, and Mitchell Price saw it, and he knew exactly where it was going as soon as he saw it, so he just watched it fly over.
The catcher, number 28, Tyler Thomas.
That'll bring up Tyler Thomas. Got to double his first time up. And now his Rams are on the board with nobody on and nobody out. And he's going to ground one to second. Mercado to first for the first out.
First baseman, number 35, Mike Brown.
Now Mike Brown digs in. And he hits one in the air. Foul territory and out of play.
Into the Shepherd bullpen there.
And the 0-1. Ooh, high and inside. Brown getting out of the way of that. The 1-1. Popped in the air. Foul territory down the first base side. Pereira trying to track it down. And it will go out of play. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out now. Here in the top of the 4th inning. That's a liner into right field. That'll be a base hit.
They've been favoring right field today. They've been launching it over there a lot. 3 out of the 4 hits that they've had have been to right field, and I believe, or excuse me, 3 out of the 5. One of those, of course, the 2-run homer over to left.
So now 1 on and 1 out. Chase Hoffman to the plate, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And the first pitch is in the lower part of that strike zone for strike 1. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And the 0-2. Fouled off. And Hoffman will stay in there. Grounder to third. Weeks throws it to second for 1, and it's going to miss everybody and go out to Goings in right field.
Lucky for Weeks, Goings was in shallow to save that one, but I'm not sure where he was going with that one. It landed in between first and second.
Yeah, that was very just awkward. I think that's the only way I can describe that. So chalk it up as an error to Weeks.
Shortstop, Tyler Piccolo.
And Tyler Piccolo comes to bat now. Lined out to second his first time up.
Yeah, I got to imagine that just came out of Weeks' hand wrong or something like that. I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is that he was thinking about second but also thinking about first at the same time, and it kind of just compensated. Met in the middle. The 1-0 count out to Piccolo with runners on first and second and 1 out. And it'll be fouled off. And the count even at 1-1. The 1-1. Grounder, slowly to third. Weeks takes it, steps on the bag, throws to first. Not in time, even with the Pereira stretch. So it'll be 2 outs and runners on first and second, but they do get the leadoff man who has headed to third.
Yeah, it was a nice throw over by Weeks. Just Piccolo a little too quick on that one, but it was a nice play to get that leadoff runner at third. And a nice effort to try and get the first man, or the guy going to first in Tyler Piccolo.
So Doyle now steps to the plate after coming in for Maxson. First pitch misses for ball 1. Just a bit outside, checked his swing. He did not on the appeal to the field ump. And the count even at 1-1. I'll actually disagree with that. I think he did hold up. But I'm not the umpire, so.
I'm about to say the field ump has a better view than we do.
And the 1-1. Hopper to short. Ammerman has it, throws it to first for the third and final out, so they'll leave 2 stranded, but they will get 2 runs on the 2-run home run by Daniel Helene, and it's 9-2 going into the bottom of the 4th inning. And we enter the bottom of the 4th inning. It's 9-2, Pacers leading the Rams as Mitchell Price will lead things off for the Pacers. Price 0 for 2 today, as the first pitch goes off the plate and bounces high into the air for ball 1. The 1-0 to Price. Also low, 2-0. And Price lines one into left field, hooking foul.
Yeah, that one looked like it might have had a chance for a little while, but then hooked right in front of the foul pole.
And just a little too much spin on the ball. And not even the wind could push that one back fair. So 2-1 the count to Price. And low and away, 3-1. Grounder to third. Hoffman has it. Throws to first for the first out.
Designated hitter number 14, Zach Boone.
Now Moon up to bat once again after that big home run in his last AB.
Yeah, dead center home run shot, 2-run shot.
We were talking about probably about a 410-foot home run, a solid hit.
And he is 1 for 1 with that. The 2-run shot, equaling 2 RBIs, a walk, and 2 runs scored. And he takes a first pitch strike. And the 0-1 misses outside, 1-1. In the dirt, 2-1. Two-one pitch to Moon. In the dirt, 3-1.
Moon showing some nice plate discipline so far in this AB, so far in this game.
They may be figuring they're trying to pitch around him right now after you send one over 400 feet to dead center field.
Yeah, that'll put some fear into an opposing pitcher.
Misses outside, and Moon draws the walk. The second moonwalk of the game.
So we've had 2 moon walks and 1 moon blast.
First baseman number 32, Brian.
And that'll bring up Brian Pereira. Also a walk, a single, and 2 runs scored today.
Yeah, should have been an omen for a big weekend for Moon. That big lunar eclipse we had on Friday evening.
Yeah, lunar eclipse. Wasn't a full one, but passed through the, I believe, the penumbra of the planet.
I think so. I don't know. It's been a long time since I took astronomy.
And we also had there was also a comet in the air. You needed some binoculars to see it, and even then it would have been tough to see with that full moon. First pitch to Pereira misses low and away for ball 1. But the good news is if you did miss that comet, just wait about 5.25 years, and it will be back around.
A bigger event than that. We've got the total solar eclipse happening in a few months.
I believe August?
Yep, August. August, I believe, is when it is. I'm excited for that. I think it should be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think Columbia is the best spot to go get a viewing of that eclipse. So I may just decide. I got some friends up in Columbia. We can just go up there and check it out, maybe. Anyway, back to baseball. It's a 1-1 count to Brian Pereira with 1 on and 1 out. I could talk about astronomy all day.
Yeah, I like astronomy. It's cool.
One to Pereira. Lines one into right field, and that will be a base hit off the wall. They're going to send Moon over to third, and Pereira hustles into second with a double here in the 4th.
And as cool as astronomy is, nothing cooler than a nice little double off the wall, right?
Oh, how about a home run?
Right fielder number 34.
Home runs have been done 1,000 times. Let's switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, but home runs are always nice to watch.
Always.
And that will bring up Niall Goings, 2 for 2 with a single and a double and a run scored.
Nice day from Goings today.
Goings doing well today. Runners on second and third as he has a chance to pad his stats a bit more.
Making the most of his first start of the season.
First pitch inside for ball 1. The 1-0. Just missing outside. That looked like a good pitch, but it's 2-0. High and inside, 3-0. Low and away, and Goings walks on 4 straight pitches to load up the bases. That brings up Tyler Ammerman, who's having a pretty good night himself. Couple of base hits, a couple of runs scored, and a couple of RBIs, and a stolen base.
Yeah, nice day for Tyler Ammerman to make up for that little bit of a struggle of a game that he had yesterday.
Even with the struggle, he still hit a solo shot to dead center field. So
yeah, that's true.
The bases loaded for Ammerman with 1 out. As the first pitch low and away for ball 1. The 1-0. Fouled off and out of play. The 1-1. Misses away, 2-1. And as I look, I see a few of the women's basketball team filing into the stands now. Waters and Two Wheel here today.
Jazz coach as well.
Yeah, Jazz. Yep, there she is. Don't really see them out too much at the baseball games. Nice to see that they're out here supporting their fellow Pacer athletes. As there's a grounder back to the mound, they'll throw to home for 1. The throw to first. Well, he's off the bag, so Brown not going to be able to get the double play. But the Rams do keep a run from scoring as they throw out Zach Moon headed to the plate.
Shocking to see the blistering speed of Zach Moon.
Here we go again. Here come the letters.
I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. But again, I'll say, you don't need speed when you can hit the ball, 410 feet.
And Charlie Padilla coming to the plate now at a 2 RBI double. His first time up, and then his second plate appearance was a walk and a run scored. Bases still loaded with 2 outs for Padilla. And the first pitch a bit low for ball 1. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Padilla got ahead of himself there. And the count 1-1. And the 1-1. High and away, 2-1. Two-one pitch. Lined into left field. And that one will be
off the wall.
Off the wall. Couldn't see where it was. The ball disappeared on me. 3 runs will score. It's a bases clearing double for Charlie Padilla. And the Pacers lead it now 12-2.
And the nice day for Charlie Padilla continues. That's his second double.
The second baseman.
How many RBIs does that make for
It's
Padilla?
5 RBIs for Padilla today alone.
Yeah, he's having an excellent game so far.
Just looking at the stat sheet, we usually like to give out just what I've now dubbed the Broadcasters Award for offensive and defensive performances of the day. And I can't choose the offensive one as of yet. Maybe Padilla's now starting to look like the front runner, but it's a close matchup.
Well, we still got a lot of baseball left. Still only in the 4th inning here, so we'll see what happens as this game continues. But Padilla definitely making a case for himself for the Johnson Phillips Memorial Broadcasters Award.
Yes, you get a tinfoil trophy.
It's a bottle of water covered in tinfoil.
Bottle of water, half-drinking bottle of water, covered in tinfoil. Skylar Mercado to the plate, 1-0 count. And may get a 2-0 count as that one misses low.
The Johnson Phillips Memorial Broadcasters Award.
Works for me. Actually gave it to, back in game 1 of the series, I named both players on the Rams. Because even though the Pacers won that game, they had a couple of guys that had stellar performances. So, it's not restricted to just USC Aiken.
Oh, definitely not. You don't have to be on the winning team in order to get the most valuable player award,
It's been a while since that's happened in any of the big 4 sports, but it happens. 3-0 pitch to Mercado. Misses high, and Mercado will walk, reaching base for the first time in tonight's game.
Center fielder number 4, Jose Bonilla.
That brings us to the top of the order, Jose Bonilla. A bases clearing triple for him his last time up, making him 1 for 3. Putting him into the category because he has 3 RBIs today.
Well, Bonilla's definitely no slouch there in leadoff position, so we'll see if he can't score a couple more of these runs here as the Pacers try and extend this 10-run lead they have built here.
And runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the 4th. Bit low for ball 1. And outside, ball 2. And the 2-0 pitch. This one will find the strike zone. Count 2-1. And the 2-1. Ooh, just missing there. And the count 3-1.
Yeah, it was a risk to lay off that one for Bonilla. I thought that one would have been called strike for sure, but
It definitely looked like a good pitch. Tempting pitch not to swing at.
Absolutely, for sure. If nothing else, just a really well-placed pitch.
And the 3-1. Comes inside. Ball gets away, and Bonilla heads on down to first base. Runners were going, but they didn't really have to anyway, as Bonilla draws the walk to load up the bases once again.
The third baseman number 44, Dalton Weeks.
That brings up Dalton Weeks. Hitless so far, but he has reached on an error and come around to score. Now the base is loaded, a chance to extend the Pacer lead. Lays off one outside. 1-0. Grounder to third. Hoffman bobbles it a bit, picks it up, throws it to first for the final out. But the Pacers add 3 more, taking a 10-run lead as it's 12-2 as we enter the 5th inning. And welcome to the top of the 5th inning of USC Aiken Baseball, presented by Willie Jewell's Barbecue. Pacers leading the Rams 12-2 as Jacob Carney leads things off for the Rams. And that pitch inside corner, count 0-2. Carney also 0 for 2 today, pair of groundouts. And he'll line one there into center field for a base hit. The leadoff man aboard for the Rams.
It was a nice hit by Carney. Sliced it right up the middle there between Ammerman and Mercado.
And J.J. Sardi digging in now. 1 for 2 with a single and a stolen base. And first pitch missing for ball 1. The 1-0 missing as well, 2-0. And the 2-0 from Jimmy Lynch fouled off, 2-1. Two-one pitch. Hopper to Weeks at third. He'll throw to second for 1. The throw to first will not be in time, however, as Sardi beats it out. But the Pacers will get 1 runner.
Good job by Weeks to see that he had that play at second to get the leadoff man.
Left fielder number 9.
You can't turn the double play. It's always nice to be able to get the guy.
That's the important thing. And that will bring up Ron Farley. 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. So he now still has a runner on first base with 1 out. There's a pitch low and away for ball 1. Now, looking at it, we were talking about how the Pacer women's basketball team is here, but a lot of the different athletes from the different sports here show up to these baseball games, and to all the other sports, to be honest. They're all a tight-knit group.
Absolutely. Pacer athletics here always showing support for each other.
Grounded foul, and the count 1-1.
You see representatives of the volleyball team, the softball team, women's basketball's here.
The funny thing is, though, with the volleyball team, a lot of them are interning with the sports information office, so they don't have a choice but to be in these games.
Either interning or volunteering.
Yeah, that too. Volunteering, interning, same with the softball team. A few of them are around here as well.
We've got a lot of great interns here in the sports information department.
But nobody will beat the one that they had last year. The one they had last year was the best intern of all time.
Oh, was he?
Yes, he was.
I heard he was the worst.
He was the best. 1-1 pitch from Lynch, misses inside. I know him really well. That's why I'm saying. Yeah.
I've never met him.
Really, he's closer than you may think.
Really?
Yes.
I heard he was.
He's right to the side of you. No, that's your left. 2-1 count now for Ron Farley. Check swing, didn't go. Throw to second on the stolen base attempt, which will be successful for Sardi. Give him a second one today.
Padilla again short hopping that throw to second.
Well, I mean, it's going to be tough to get Sardi. The only way they were able to get him yesterday was he started going on a pickoff attempt, and they got him through the pickle in the middle game.
Yeah, Sardi is he's a quick guy. Good base stealer. He's smart with his base running as well.
So a 2-2 count now to Ron Farley with a runner on second and 1 out. Conventional double play no longer in effect. And that pitch just missing inside. Farley may have sold it a little bit. And the count full. Three-two pitch. That'll be spoiled as it's fouled off. Lynch doesn't like what he sees from Padilla, shaking off a couple of signs. Now he sees what he likes. And once again, the 3-2. Fouled off again. The thing about that Pacer backstop, it's all brick back there. Bounces off of it and can roll pretty far back to you.
Yeah, for sure. Which can either be a benefit or a hindrance at times for the catcher there behind the plate.
And once again, the 3-2 comes inside, missing for ball 4.
Far inside. That one nearly hit him, it looked like, but wouldn't have mattered either way.
So now runners on first and second after the walk to Farley. And Daniel Helene comes to the plate. Last time up, he had a 2-run home run, making him 1 for 2 today. Now runners on first and second for Helene as Sardi heads over to third. The throw to Weeks is over his head, and that's going to go out into left field, and Sardi's coming home. A bad throw from Charlie Padilla will allow Sardi to make it home, and a run will score, making it 12-3.
And Padilla continues to struggle with those steal attempts. Short hops him to second and massively overthrows him to third.
He was able to pick him on, get some good throws in earlier in this season, as a couple of his other starts. But again, Sardi's just so quick. He may be rushing it a little bit. As a swing and a miss here from Helene for strike 1 to even the count. And on that, Ron Farley moved over to second base, so now it's a runner on second with only one man down. Another swing and a miss. Lynch bringing the heat now. Possibly a little frustration. And count 1 and 2. And another swing and a miss. This time he pulled the string on it. And Helene goes down on strikes for the second out.
Catcher number 28, Tyler Thomas.
That brings up the catcher, Tyler Thomas. 1 for 2 with a double. And he swings and misses at the first pitch, which was a bit low, almost a golf swing. And the count 0-1. The 0-1. Fouled off, 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch. Fouled off, and we'll do it over again. And the 0-2 from Lynch, fouled off again. Thomas spoiling off a few good pitches from Jimmy Lynch here. Prolonging.
Solid at bat from Thomas.
And prolonging the inning as well. Keeping the threat of second alive. And again, the 0-2. That a bit high, going to get away from Padilla. And Farley's going to hustle on down to third base. Now runner on third for the Rams with 2 down. That one grounded foul down the third base side. Here's the 1-2 pitch. This is outside. 2-2. So a good at bat here from the catcher Tyler Thomas, making Lynch work to get this out.
Absolutely. He's definitely making Lynch work here. But you got to be careful with this guy. He's got the power to knock one over the fence.
And misses in the dirt. 3-2. Now Lynch wants to get out of this inning, try to set himself up to at least be in line for the win. If not, it'll be a no decision for him. Got to go at least 5. And the 3-2. In the dirt. And I'll put runners on the corners. And we're going to have a meeting on the mound here. I'd like to thank Danny Michaelis of State Farm Insurance. Saving money is important. That's why you can count on Danny Michaelis to get you all the discounts you deserve. And Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, located just off Whiskey Road. Head on in there if your car ever has any trouble, and they'll fix you up right. And by the South Carolina Education Lottery. If you play the South Carolina Education Lottery, you're not only taking a chance, but giving a chance to a worthy cause. And Brandon Kirk coming into the lineup now. He will pinch hit for Mike Brown. So runners on the corners and 2 down as Kirk digs in. First pitch, get in the corner of the plate. For strike 1. The 0-1. Tried to check his swing, and the appeal will say he did. Count 0-2. The 0-2. Right down the middle, and down looking goes Kirk for the third and final out. So the Rams will leave a pair stranded. They do get one, as it's 12-3 going into the bottom of the 5th inning. And the bottom of the third inning, bottom of the fifth inning about to get underway. Third inning, we're going back in time, aren't we?
Just a little bit.
Bunch of defensive changes for the Rams. They have a new pitcher out there on the mound. Ryan Simpson, the new hurler for the Rams. And the infield has been pretty much changed up. The only one who's out there from the start of the game is Piccolo. McCourt takes over for Hoffman at third. We have Sloper now at second. Kirk stays in the game. He'll take over at first base for Brown. And Haymaker takes over for Thomas behind the plate.
Little facelift for the Shepherd defense here.
And the first pitch to Mitchell Price, who leads things off, fouled back and out of play. Price 0 for 3 today, the only Pacer who has not reached base, as he pops that one up foul as well. Right off the roof.
Like a gunshot every time.
Every time. Either that or a novice drummer. Just learning how to play his instrument. The sound effects were necessary. The 0-2. This is outside. Got 1 and 2 now to Price. That one popped up into right field near the warning track at the track, and that will be caught by Doyle for the first out.
It was a well-hit ball by Price, just not quite well enough.
That brings up Zach Moon. A pair of walks, a pair of runs scored, a pair of RBIs, and a home run.
You could say it's been a very successful day for Zach Moon, despite only being 1 for 1, but...
Hey, 3
2
plate
walks.
appearances, and you've been safe every time.
Yeah, you're on base every time. 2 walks and a big home run to dead center. Solid day for Zach Moon so far.
And he's working with an 0-1 count now. And he grounds that one foul. Sharp fielding from the third base coach for the Rams. So he picks that one up right off the ground.
Yeah, that was a nice effort defensively there. Maybe they pop him in at third.
And they probably used up all of his eligibility. The 0-2 to Moon. Held back as it just missed outside. Got 1 and 2. And a swing and a miss. This time he chased one outside, and Moon down on strikes for the second out.
Big swinging strikeout for Mooney that time.
And Brian Pereira digs into the plate. Well, he will dig into the plate as he walks around. Pereira having a good game as well. 2 for 2 with a single, a double, a walk, and 3 runs scored. Low and inside for ball 1. This middle part of the order for the Pacers has just been deadly today.
Yeah, it has been tearing up the Shepherd Rams pitching staff.
That curveball didn't curve as it stayed way out of the zone for the ball 2. Popped up, foul territory, and out of play. And the middle part of this Pacer lineup is 8 for 9 today. Whew. That's grounded through. Make that 9 for 10 today as Pereira singles.
Hitting 900 has been the middle of the order for the Pacers this game so far, and I don't know if you can expect anything better than that.
Yeah, they're doing solid. Actually, I think it's now, that's 9 for 11. I missed a fielder's choice in there. But still,
Yeah, that's still very impressive and something definitely not to be upset about.
high and inside of Niall Goings is having a good day himself. 2 for 2 with a single, a double, a walk, and 2 runs scored. And a check throw over to Barrera at first.
Yeah, Goings doing all he can to impress in his first start of the season.
And he wants to stay in the lineup, and if he has more games like this, you can see that happening. Fouls that one back. And the count 1-1. The 1-1. Line into center field. Another base hit for Niall Goings.
Goings with a tremendous day so far.
3 for 3.
The shortstop, number 8, Tyler Emmerman.
And Tyler Emmerman coming to the plate now. He's 2 for 3 with a pair of singles, a pair of RBIs, a stolen base, reached on a fielder's choice, and 3 runs scored.
Just a great day for this Pacers offense all around.
And the first pitch is high and inside for ball 1. The 1-0. Upper part of the strike zone evens the count up. The 1-1. Grounder. Through for a base hit. And they're going to hold everybody up after just one base, so it'll be bases loaded with 2 outs after another single by Tyler Emmerman.
Just tremendous output from this offense to the Pacers today. And here comes another hot hitter, Charlie Padilla.
And Charlie Padilla, a pair of doubles, 5 RBIs, and a run scored.
And a chance to get even more RBIs here.
Yeah, all he's got to do is get another single, or heck, why not another double?
Up the ante a little bit, maybe a triple.
Or you can just go the whole way.
Go yard one time, Charlie.
He can do it. All these Pacers can do it, actually. Very potent offense. Bases loaded, 2 down for Charlie Padilla. Grounds one through the shortstop. Piccolo picks it up, double clutches, but he gets it to second for the third and final out. So the Pacers will leave them all stranded, nobody coming home, but they still have a 12-3 lead as we go into the top of the 6th inning. And we enter the top of the 6th inning. Brian McCourt to lead things off in place of Chase Hoffman. He'll face off against Bryce Buster, the new Pacer pitcher, and he's going to hit McCourt to start things off.
Shortstop number 17, Tyler Piccolo.
And Tyler Piccolo coming to the plate. Mr. Piccolo, one of the only starters today left in the game. Piccolo 0 for 2 today, but he reached on a fielder's choice. First pitch just a bit outside for ball 1.
Piccolo just looking to go on and get a base hit here.
The 1-0. Just a little bit outside. 2-0. That one will be fouled off the plate and roll into foul territory anyway. So the count now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Piccolo with a runner on first. And he fouls that one off to make it 2-2. Inside part of the plate, and Piccolo goes down looking for the first out.
Now batting number 20, Reed Ensminger.
And now Reed Ensminger to come up to the plate for the Rams.
And Ensminger coming in now for Brenton Doyle. And he's going to line one into the gap in right center field. That'll split the outfielders and go all the way to the wall. They're going to wave the runner around third base, taking the chance. Why not? The ball comes into the cutoff man, the throw into third, and it's going to be an RBI triple for Ensminger.
Just want to take a second to swoon for a moment. Ensminger may have the best hair that Roberto Hernandez Stadium has ever seen.
Yes. I won't even argue that one.
I mean, that's just fantastic. Congratulations on that RBI triple, but also congratulations on having that amazing head of hair you have, Mr. Reed Ensminger.
Second baseman number 3, Eric Sloper.
And that will bring up the second baseman, Sloper. Eric Sloper with a runner on third base and only one man down, as it's now a 12-4 ball game. And he's going to hit one into the gap in left center field. Now drop in for a base hit. So an RBI single for Sloper. And just like that, it's a 12-5 ball game.
And Buster's struggling a little bit here with his control. Hit a batter and then seems to be hanging a couple of his pitches over the plate.
And now J.J. Sardi to the plate. 1 for 3 with a single, a pair of stolen bases, reached on a fielder's choice, and a run scored. First pitch missing outside for ball 1. Yeah, that's been one of the things this year. The Pacers starters have been pretty consistent, but the bullpen can be hot or cold. They have great days, and then they have days where they just struggle a little bit. That's going to be crucial as the season goes on. As that one's fouled into the Pacer bullpen to even the count at 1-1. But the thing the Pacers do have going for them is they have a very large bullpen.
That is true. They have a lot of guys. They have a lot of guys with a lot of talent. So they have the ability to mix and match and find what works.
So 1-1 count now to Sardi, who grounds one through the third base side for another base hit.
Yeah, Buster's struggling, but the bullpen is working, and it looks like somebody's about to come out.
So now runners on first and second with only one man down. And Ron Farley to the plate. 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, and a run scored. First pitch catches the inside part of the plate for strike one. And that'll hit him. Another hit batter. And loads up the bases.
Yeah, not a great inning for Bryce Buster here. Going to have a little bit of a meeting on the mound now. And while we do that, we'd like to thank a couple of our sponsors, including Innovative Solutions. They give you quality work at a great price. Check them out for all your printing needs. We also like to thank Willie Jules Barbecue, of course, the sponsor of this broadcast. And also Danny Michaelis, State Farm Insurance Agent.
And the meeting concludes on the mound. Daniel Helene to the plate, a 2-run home run, making him 1 for 3 today. And he grounds one to short. Throw to second for 1. Throw to first for 2. And the Pacers get out of a bases-loading jam, but they do give up a couple of runs. It's 12-5 as we go into the bottom of the 6th inning. And we enter the bottom of the 6th inning. Pacers leading 12-5. Skylar Mercado will lead things off for USC Aiken. And he pops the first pitch up, staying in the infield. And that will be caught for the first out.
The center fielder, number 4, Jose Benia.
And bring up Jose Bonilla. Bonilla 1 for 3 today with an RBI triple. And first pitch misses for ball 1. That one in there for a call strike count, even at 1-1. Outside corner, 1-2. That's a line drive into center field for a base hit.
Some good contact by Bonilla there. Didn't think that one was going to drop when it did. I figured that one would hang, but he got it down and got on first. And he's always a threat to go, so we'll see how he does with nobody on second.
That will bring up Dalton Weeks. 0 for 4 today, but he reached on an error and scored. And misses outside for ball 1. And a check throw over to first as Bonilla diving back. And a curveball finding the strike zone to even the count up. One misses outside, 2-1. And that pitch a little bit low, 3-1 the count. That's going to be hit into the air into right center field, and that one will be off the wall. Rounding third is Bonilla. He's coming home. He will score easily, and chugging into third with a little bit of a slide is Dalton Weeks. And an RBI triple for Weeks makes it a 13-5 game.
Weeks showing off some of that power there he's got in that bat, driving that one all the way to the wall. Just barely missing out on a home run on that one was Weeks.
That brings up Mitchell Price, still the only Pacer that has not reached base. 0 for 4 today. And he's a runner on third and 1 out. And he swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1.
Big hack there from Price.
Oh, 1 misses outside. Count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out for number 1 with 1 man on and 1 run in already. All those ones. That's grounded to third. A diving stop. The long throw to first in time. And Mitchell Price grounds out for the second out.
Nice little stretch there by the first baseman.
And McCourt may have robbed a hit from Mitchell Price. And that brings Zach Moon to the plate now. Zach Moon 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run, pair of walks, and a pair of runs scored. And first pitch in there for strike 1. Fly ball, deep left field. It's going. It is gone. Another 2-run home run for Zach Moon. And the Pacers lead it 15-5.
Well, Moon has found his power stride here today with two two-run home runs. A huge day for Zach Moon.
That brings Brian Pereira back to the plate after the two-run blast by Zach Moon. Pereira, 3 for 3 today with 2 singles, a double, a walk, and 3 runs scored. And first pitch misses low and away for ball 1. Also missing on the second pitch, 2-0. Lower part of the strike zone. And the count 2-1. And Pereira hits a fly ball into the gap in right center. And that will be caught, however, for the third and final out. But the Pacers pick up a few more, 3 runs, thanks to an RBI triple by Dalton Weeks and a 2-run blast by Zach Moon as we go into the top of the 7th, 15-5. And the top of the 7th inning about to get underway. Pacers leading 15-5, and they've made a few defensive substitutions. Out in left field, we have Andre Brown taking over for Mitchell Price. Joey Smithers, the new second baseman, in for Skylar Mercado. And John Banks now at first base in place of Brian Pereira, and now on the mound, Christian Aragon. Leadoff man for the Rams this inning, Haymaker, and he faces an 0-2 count.
Yeah, tried to check that swing, but couldn't hold it up.
And the 0-2 from Aragon. High fly ball into center field. Bonilla chasing over after it as it drifts over into right center and makes the catch for the first out.
It's a nice catch by Bonilla there.
The first baseman, number 6, Brandon Kirk.
And Brandon Kirk to bat now. Kirk struck out his first time up. And he swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. That pitch missing low and away. Count 1-1. Another swing and a miss, and the count 1-2.
Big swing and a big miss.
Kirk trying to go yard, trying to make up the difference here. It's a 10-run lead for the Pacers, 15-5.
Yeah, it seems like anytime the Rams battle back a little bit, score a couple of runs, the Pacers go and have a 3-run inning.
Well, in the past 3 innings, they have scored their 5 runs. The Pacers have just managed to score a few more. 2-2 pitch, low and away, gets past Padilla, and the count full. Misses away, and that'll allow Brandon Kirk to draw the walk.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer there. You get 2 big strikes, and then I believe that was 4 straight pitches, so there were walks.
It happens every now and again, trying to get him to chase, and he just won't do it. And Brian McCourt up to bat now as that first pitch is high for ball 1. There's a fly ball to deep center field. Bonilla chasing after it, slowing up near the track and making the catch for the second out.
Aragon looking good on that one.
The shortstop, number 17, Tyler Piccolo.
And Tyler Piccolo comes to bat once again. Piccolo 0 for 3 today as he struck out looking and reached on a fielder's choice. Comes up with a runner on first and on 2 outs. I was going to say only 1 out, but there was just the second out not too long ago as he grounds that one foul for strike 1.
Indeed.
And the 0-1. Lined, a little blooper into right field for a base hit. The first hit of the day for Piccolo. And his runners on first and second with 2 down.
Right fielder, number 20, Reed Ensminger.
And Ensminger to bat now. Last time up, he got an RBI triple and came around to score. And he foul tips the first pitch for strike 1. Padilla has a few words with the Pacer hurler Aragon. Looks like that foul tip hit him in a not so comfortable spot. He's just going to take a minute to walk it off and regain his composure. There are certain injuries that you get where you have to walk off.
Absolutely. I think that's one of them.
And I look over to the booth next to us, and the stat sheet has just flown out the window into the stands. That's why you got to weigh your papers down. So an 0-1 count now to Ensminger. And a nice fan hands him back. And a 1-1 count now. Catching the inside part of the plate for strike 2 and the count 1-2. And a swing and a miss from Ensminger for the third and final out of the inning. So they'll leave a couple aboard as it's 15-5 going into the 7th inning stretch. And the 7th inning stretch concludes, and the bottom of the 7th inning begins. Niall Goings will lead things off for the Pacers as they lead the Rams 15-5. New pitcher on the mound, Noah Allman for the Rams. And he faces the red-hot Niall Goings. He's red-hot in this game for a first pitch strike. Goings 3 for 3 with a pair of singles, a double, a walk, and 2 runs scored. And that pitch high evens the count at 1-1. The 1-1. Owings lays off of it as it goes in the dirt. It'll appeal. He did hold up. And the count 2-1. Right down the middle, evens the count up at 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. Fouled off, spoiling it is Goings.
Nice defensive swing by Goings that time.
That was a curveball. It looked like it was going to just drift out of the zone, but he got a little bit of a piece of the bat on it.
That's all you got to do in that situation. Just get a little piece of it, foul it off, move on to the next one.
Two-two. Just on the outside corner, Niall Goings goes down looking.
Oh, man, I thought that was a good pitch to lay off of for Niall Goings, but the umpire thought differently.
Just catching a bit of the plate there.
Called him down on strikes.
Number 12, Alex Mills.
Now Mills will pinch hit.
Alex Mills in for Tyler Ammerman. Started playing his theme music, but he had already stepped into the box. First pitch to Mills. Low and away for ball one. Well, Tyler Ammerman, before Alex Mills came in to pinch hit for him, was having a good night himself. 3 for 4 with 3 singles, reached on a fielder's choice, 2 RBIs, a stolen base, and 3 runs scored. The 1-0 popped up behind the plate and out of play. Waiting for the sound of the crashing foil roof or tin roof, whatever this thing is. Aluminum, that's the word.
I hope it's not foil.
I don't know why I said foil. It's an aluminum roof.
Gonna have a foul ball drop down on one of our heads.
The 1-0, grounded foul. 1-1, or sorry, 1-2. They haven't updated the scoreboard. There they go. They updated it this time. Count 1-2 to Alex Mills. And he lines one into left field, and that will be caught. A diving catch by Farley for the first out.
What a nice catch by Farley. Excellent hit by Mills. Nope. They're going to say he didn't catch it. Mills is on first. They're going to say that was a single.
Oh, usually that's a robbery of a base hit, but that's a robbery of a beautiful catch. I'm sorry. Of course, then again, he's a bit far out there, hard to see. So Alex Mills gets aboard with a base hit.
Yeah, I thought he robbed that one, but we're wrong. Mills will stand at first base.
And Charlie Padilla digs in now. And first pitch in there for strike one. Padilla 2 for 3 with a pair of doubles. Didn't reach on a fielder's choice, I'm sorry. So a pair of doubles, a walk, and a run scored, and 5 RBIs. Curveball misses high, evens the count at 1-1. That's grounded. Foul down the third base side. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Charlie Padilla at the plate and a runner on first here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 15-5, still your score as that pitch misses high to even the count 2-2. Fouled off by Padilla. Keeps the count at 2-2. And once again, the 2-2 pitch. Lined. Foul.
Just hooking foul there at the last second for Padilla.
And he came inside and he tried to pull it, just pulled it a little too much. And 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got Padilla to chase one upstairs, and Padilla down on strikes for the second out.
The second baseman, number 5, Dave Langster.
And Dave Langster will come in now. A bat for Skylar Mercado. First pitch outside, and he's going to get away. And that will allow Mills to head on down to second base. The 1-0. Line foul and out of play. So 1-1 count now to Langster. That pitch catching the corner of the plate. Count 1-2. One-two pitch. Fouled off again. On deck for the Pacers, Freddie Beeman. He'll be batting for Bonilla. And a 1-2 to Langster. Misses outside, 2-2.
We've seen Beeman a couple times this season. He's yet to have an at-bat. He does have a run scored, brought in on a pinch running appearance earlier this season. So this will be his first at-bat of the season if Langster can get on base here.
The 2-2. Misses outside and low, 3-2. And the 3-2 from Almond. Misses low and away, and it's going to get away. However, Mills will stay right where he is at second as Langster heads on down to first. Freddie Beeman will dig in with 2 down and 2 on.
Now batting for the Pacers, number 2, Freddie Beeman.
And Beeman hits a line drive fly ball into left field, and that will be caught for the third and final out. So Pacers will leave 2 stranded and don't pick up a run, but they still lead at 15-5 as we go into the 8th. And welcome back. We're in the 8th inning as Sloper leads things off, grounding it to third. And Mills will field it and throw it on into John Banks at first for the first out.
Hubbard on to pitch for the Pacers now. Hubbard with the cannon for an arm. He's got an absolutely lightning fastball.
And J.J. Sardi will come in to face that lightning fastball. Sardi 2 for 4 with a run scored, a stolen base, 2 stolen bases, and a pair of singles. And he has a 1-0 count. Couple of defensive changes for the Pacers. Joey Smithers at short, Dave Langster at second, Alex Mills at third, still John Banks at first, and now Freddie Beeman takes over at center field. So a 2-0 count now as Hubbard gets set to deal. Misses inside for ball 3. That one will go right down the middle and the count 3-1. Three-one pitch. Misses away. And that will draw the walk to Sardi. Riley Lazich comes in to bat for Ron Farley. He has a runner on first and 1 out. The first pitch misses for ball 1. The 1-0. Right down the middle, count even at 1-1. Ooh, got him with a curveball there.
Big
Count 1
swing
and
a
2.
miss. That was a nice curve there from Hubbard.
After throwing a lot of heat, just go in there and sneak a curveball by him.
That's what you got to do. Mix those pitches, mix your speeds, mix locations.
In the dirt, but he is able to block it though, and the count 2 and 2.
I don't mix your locations that much.
It's a little too much.
Yeah, it's a little.
2-2 pitch. Fly ball into center field. And that one will be caught by Beeman for the second out.
So far, so good for Hubbard here.
The designated hitter number 25, Daniel Helene.
And Daniel Helene stepping to the plate now. 1 for 4 so far, but he has a 2-run home run. Comes inside, almost goes around, and they'll say it nicked the bat for a foul tip. The 0-1 from Hubbard in the dirt, 1-1. Curveball missing high and inside for ball 2. Grounded foul. And the count even at 2 and 2. The 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 man on here in the top of the 8th inning. 15-5 Pacers lead it as that pitch just misses low and away for ball 3 and the count full. Runner goes. That ball will be fouled off, however. And he'll have to head on back. And the 3-2. Fouled off again. Another 3-2 pitch in the dirt. And that'll draw the walk. And they'll appeal to make sure he didn't go around, and he did not. So now there's runners on first and second with 2 outs.
Hubbard struggling a little bit with his command so far. 2 walks, but 2 outs as well.
So Dalton Haymaker coming to the plate now. Flew out his first time up. First pitch right down the middle for strike 1. The 0-1. In the dirt, blocked by Padilla, however. And the count 1-1. The 1-1. Popped up. First base side foul territory. Banks looking for it. And he will make the catch for the third and final out. So the Rams will leave a pair stranded as we go into the bottom of the 8th inning. Pacers leading 15-5. And we enter the bottom of the 8th inning of USC Aiken Baseball presented by Willie Jewell's Barbecue. Pacers leading 15-5 as Joey Smithers digs in to lead things off. And Smithers rockets one foul and out of play.
Showing a little power on that one with Smithers.
So 0-1 the count to Smithers. And he'll watch that one go by for strike one. So 0-2 now. High and outside, Smithers lays off. Count 1-2. Breaking ball doesn't break enough as it's just a bit too high. And the count 2-2. Two-two pitch. Outside, Smithers lays off again, and the count full. Three-two pitch. Fouled back, and we'll do it over again.
Nice at-bat by Smithers here. Taking a couple nice defensive swings.
And the 3-2. And Smithers draws the walk to start things off.
Left fielder number 7, Andre Brown.
And Andre Brown digs in now. And a bit of commotion up in the stands. Something happened. But Smithers, Brown lines one to deep left field on the track, and that'll be caught for the first out. So Smithers will have to run all the way back.
And Preston Dawson will get a plate appearance here. A local Aiken boy.
Now batting for the Pacers, number 36, Preston Dawson.
Yep, Preston Dawson coming to the plate now with one on and one out. That's popped up on the plate. And into land on the ramp leading up to the stands. So 0-1 to Dawson. And inside this time. Count 1-1. And a call strike there. Count 1-2. And the 1-2. Grounded. Foul.
It doesn't even begin to make sense.
The 1-2. Popped up into shallow right field. And that will be caught for the second out.
The CPU usage is...
So John Banks now comes in with 1 on and 2 down. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Swing and miss by Banks, count even at 1-1. One to Banks. In there for a call strike in the count 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first for John Banks. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Banks grounds it. Foul down the third base side. Banks lines one over the third base head and into left field for a base hit. Now runners on first and second base with 2 down as Niall Goings steps back to the plate. Goings, 3 for 4 today. Pair of singles, a pair of runs scored, a double, a walk, and 1 strikeout. Curveball comes inside to Goings, missing for ball 1. And the 1-0. That'll go through all the way to the backstop, and both runners will advance 1 bag. So now Smithers on third, Banks on second with 2 down, and Goings has a 2-0 count. And the 2-0 inside 3-0. And the 3-0 misses low, and Niall Goings draws the 4-pitch walk.
Another nice at bat for Niall Goings.
Now batting number 12, Alex Mills.
And Mills comes back to the plate. Singled his first time up. Bases are loaded for Mills with 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bases already with a 10-run lead, 15-5, and a chance to add to it here. That's grounded through past the shortstop for another base hit. They're going to wave 2 runners around. Smithers scores and Banks scores. It's an RBI single for Alex Mills. And that will bring Charlie Padilla back to the plate.
Catcher number 16, Charlie Padilla.
2 for 4 today with a pair of doubles, a run scored, and 5 RBIs. And that's a fly ball into center field. And it'll be caught for the 3rd and final out, but the Pacers add a couple more as they lead at 17-5 as we go into the top of the 9th inning, looking to end this game and get the series sweep for the Pacers. And we enter the top of the 9th inning. Pacers will send Daniel Wiggins out to the mound to finish things off as Brandon Kirk leads it off for the Rams. And they forgot to cut off the music. Falling asleep up here in the tech booth, it seems. And first pitch from Wiggins is a bit low for ball 1. Kirk 0 for 1 today with a walk and a strikeout. And he pops that pitch up into shallow center field. And that will be caught by Beeman for the first out.
The third baseman, number 21, Brian McCourt.
And Brian McCourt comes up. Hit by a pitch his first time up. Came around to score. Other than that, he's 0 for 1. Foul tip for strike 1. Curveball just missing high. Count 1-1. The 1-1. Right down the middle. Count 1-2. Swing and a miss. And Brian McCourt goes down on strikes for this second out.
Solid work so far from the freshman Daniel Wiggins.
Now batting number 4, Trenton Green.
And Trenton Green to the plate now as he lets the first pitch go by for ball 1. Swing and a miss on that pitch. Count 1-1. Grounder to third. Off the body of Mills as he knocked it down. Took an awkward hop, and Green will make it safely to first base. I'll mark that a hit. It's good. It's a good ruling, I think. Took a weird hop, so Green on base with a hit, and that will bring up Reed Ensminger. Ensminger 1 for 2 with an RBI triple and a run scored.
And it's got to be a bummer if you're Wiggins. You know, you were this close to getting your first appearance done and making a successful outing. Lose it on error. Well, not necessarily lose it, but delay it a little bit.
So 1-0 count now to Ensminger. Check swing, foul ball, out of play. So that'll even things up to 1-1. That's going to be a line drive into right field for a base hit. That'll keep things going here. Back-to-back base hits put runners on first and second for the Rams.
The second baseman, number 3, Eric Sloper.
That'll bring in Eric Sloper. And the first pitch in there for call strike 1. The 0-1. Popped up. Foul territory, third base side. That'll be caught by Charlie Padilla for the third and final out. And the Pacers win the game 17-5 and sweep the series 3-0. Pacers managed their 17 runs on 19 hits and a pair of errors. And the Rams had their 5 runs on 13 hits and 1 error.
Well, it was a great game for the Pacers all around. Honestly, the offense obviously rolling with 17 runs in one game. But the pitching staff did a really nice job here today, too. Everybody was solid. A couple of runs here and there, but overall, a really solid pitching performance from everybody today, especially starter Jimmy Lynch did really well today.
Jimmy Lynch will earn our broadcaster's defensive player of the day because he had a strong, solid, strong innings, only gave up 2 runs. Or no, sorry, he gave up 3 runs, I'm sorry. But it was enough for the win.
It was, and I don't know about you, but my pick for today's Johnson Phillips Memorial Broadcasters Award has to go to Zach Moon with those two-run home runs.
I'm actually going to split it up. I'm going to split it up today, and I'm going to give it to Zach Moon, Brian Pereira, Niall Goings, Tyler Ammerman, and Charlie Padilla.
Give it
they
to
all
everybody.
had phenomenal games. I mean, just looking at the stats there, they're incredible.
You guys all will get a water bottle coated in tinfoil.
Yep, something you can show off to your friends and then burn right away. But that'll do it here from Roberto Hernandez Stadium. For Jordan Phillips, I'm Marcus Johnson. Thank you for joining us. We will see you again versus Payne College on February the 22nd at 2 p.m., followed by a February 24th matchup against Young Harris as they start up a 3-game set against them. Thank you, and have a good one.